Hey, what's up everyone? It's Katie here, and today, bad news, I woke up sick. I woke up with like a horrible cold, a sore throat, and I'm just like feeling super weak. And the worst part about this is I have a huge few days coming up because I'm gonna be on the news on Friday at 6:45 a.m. and then I have the Fit Expo, so I'm teaching a workout class in front of like 60,000 people, and I cannot be sick in a few days. So I'm gonna show you guys how I get healthy fast from having just a common cold, but I'm gonna show you guys how I get healthy fast and what I eat. So first off, I'm gonna start with a but I've been drinking water all day, like not even kidding, way more than usual. I've been peeing up the wazoo. Usually I drink a lot of water, but today is definitely more than usual. You know, the obvious reasons that water helps, you know, rejuvenate your body, cleanse, detoxify your body naturally, so extra water today to kind of flush out those bad toxins. And then, I'm usually a huge coffee girl, but today I skipped the coffee and instead I am drinking cups of tea. I've already had 2 cups of tea, and this is actually homemade tea. All I did was I put the water in the cup first, and then I poured it, and so I measured the water of how much, you know, I needed in the cup, and then I poured the water straight into a pot on the stove, and I mixed in cinnamon, lemon, and lemon zest. So I took a zester and took some of the skin off the lemon and put it in as well, and honey. And all those 3 things are really helping my throat, and my mom kind of swears by it, like gets her better from being sick. And so yeah, I'm trying it out. I've already had, this is my second cup of tea today, and it's really, really good too. It's pretty lemony, so it's pretty strong on your throat, but it feels really good. And just a disclaimer to anyone wondering or gonna ask me this, do I work out when I'm sick? And the answer is absolutely not. If I don't feel 100% my best, I definitely don't push myself to work out because that'll just make me worse, to be honest. If my body is telling me don't do something, you don't do it. So I feel like poop, and so I'm not gonna work out today, which is okay. Like, shit happens, you guys. And then I wanted to show you guys what I believe in when I'm sick, if I believe in any vitamins or taking any supplements. And yes, this is something I really believe in ever since, like, I've been getting colds. No, just kidding. The past year, I'd say one of my best friends recommended it to me. It's called Lipospheric. I actually ordered it on Amazon. This is what it's called. I really, really highly recommend it. If you're sick, you take it in like a shot of water, and you have to wait about 15 minutes to eat, but it's full of vitamin C. And then for emergency, I'm sure a lot of you guys might have heard it before. I do recommend it. I like it. I do, and I think it does help, but there is extra sugar added into it, which I don't like, and it does taste a little bit sugary. So that's why I really like the Lipospheric vitamin C, because there's no sugar. But I still recommend it if you can't get the Lipospheric this on Amazon in time and you just want to go to like CVS to get this. And then, did you guys know that parsley has a ton of vitamin C in it? So it might be kind of gross. It's really not at all. It actually doesn't taste like much. But I'm gonna take a clove of parsley and just eat it plain. You could also put it in any meals you're eating that day. It has a ton of vitamin C, more vitamin C than I like an orange. And so just a little bit will go a long way. So I'm gonna go in the refrigerator and get some parsley. It doesn't taste like very much. You can put it, kind of goes down funny. But you can put it in your smoothies, any soups you're cooking for that day, and I also scramble it in my eggs in the morning. I actually do that on the regular, so nothing really new, but if you're feeling sick, I highly recommend putting parsley in anything you're eating or just eating it plain like I just did. And now I'm gonna show you guys my favorite soup I love to make. It's a veggie cream soup. It's super, super good, and it's like a comfort food. It feels really good on your throat, and it's really healthy and tasty, and I'll show you guys how I make it. So I'm gonna be making cream of asparagus and mushroom soup, and what you're gonna need is some asparagus, an onion, garlic, mushrooms, cauliflower, and chicken or vegetable broth. And first things first, I am gonna put the asparagus on a cookie sheet, set my oven to 375, and roast these in garlic, olive oil, salt, and pepper. And while the asparagus is in the oven, yes, I have a blanket around me because it's freezing, I am going to take the cauliflower, chop it up, and boil it. Step 2, now that the asparagus is in the oven cooking, I'm going to take my cauliflower, just chop it up, and I'm going to put it in the boiling water, and I'm going to boil it for about around 7 to 10 minutes until the cauliflower gets a little bit soft. And remember how I told you guys it's cream of asparagus and mushroom soup? Well, that's the reason it's creamy. It's the cauliflower. We're actually not adding any cream or milk to the soup. It's just the cauliflower that'll make it really creamy. So after about 7-8 minutes, the cauliflower is ready and it's boiled. I'm gonna drain them, and then I'm gonna come over here and place it in the blender. The asparagus are almost ready, but before I take them out, I'm going to use the same pot I just emptied the cauliflower, and I'm going to put my chopped up mushrooms in there with a little bit of olive oil, throw in a little bit of garlic, salt, and pepper, and I'm just going to roast them, saute them, and then put them in the blender. And then while the mushrooms are still sauteing, I'm going to take the roasted asparagus and throw them in the blender with the cauliflower. And as soon as I'm done putting the asparagus in the blender, I'm going to turn the mushrooms off and add them to the blender as well. I got all the veggies in the blender right there, and I'm going to add half of this chicken broth can into the mix and a little bit more olive oil and garlic, and then blend it all up. You need a little bit of liquid to make sure the veggies can blend. It looks so creamy. Oh. And now that I got the veggies mixed all together, I am going to take my onion, chop it up, and saute it in the same pan. You do want to make sure that these onions are pretty finely chopped because they're not going in the blender and they're not getting blended up. And I'm going to throw the onions in the pot with some olive oil, saute them with some more garlic, with some more garlic, and salt and pepper. When the onions make you cry. So for the onions, you want to make sure they don't get too sauteed. They just get softened a bit. They're not too brown. And then I'm going to pour the rest of the chicken broth can in there, dump it on in so the onions and garlic soak up. And then I'm going to let that sit for about 10 minutes. So I'm letting the onions just soften for a little bit longer in the broth, soaking up all that good taste of the garlic, olive oil, salt, and pepper. All right, fast forward 10 minutes. I'm now gonna take my veggie mixture of the cauliflower, asparagus, and mushroom and dump it into my onion and chicken broth mixture. Here we go. It's almost ready, you guys. I combined the two mixtures and the consistency is actually perfect. I'm just gonna let it simmer, put an extra little bit of salt, pepper in there for flavor, a little bit of garlic salt, even maybe 2. And then I'm gonna put a top over this and let this simmer for about 20 minutes because I really want the flavors to soak in, and that way the soup will be a lot better. So creamy, holy moly. So that was an asparagus, mushroom, cauliflower cream soup, and it's perfect actually hot or cold. You can eat it hot or cold, you can put it in a container, save it for days if you're sick for a few days, and it's truly the perfect way to get your veggies in when you're sick because sometimes we don't want to eat vegetables, and we feel like a comfort soup, like a creamy soup instead. So it's truly the perfect thing to eat when you're sick. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of what I eat, what I do when I'm sick video. If you guys have any advice on what you guys do when you're sick, I'd love to hear it, and I'll see you guys later.